can you tell us how your Pans and Pandas journey started, Mark?
In February 2020, so nearly 6 years ago now, when my son or our son came home from school on a Friday. He was at primary school, came home from school on a Friday and just sort of changed suddenly over the course of a weekend. His entire personality, body language, demeanor had changed. And then by the Monday morning, he started to talk about wanting to die. And as his parents, we were just shocked, overwhelmed, frightened, and I don't know, most of all, probably confused as to how such a well functioning, well adjusted child can transform and transition in such a dramatic way over the course of a weekend. So when our son became ill, we're talking February 2020, we were told that the explanation for his sudden change was that he'd had what they were calling an autistic breakdown. We believed it, I guess, because we didn't know what else to do. So some 9 months after he got ill and he changed suddenly, that I got a call from his mum that said, I found what it is. I know what it is. It's something called PANDAS. She found it from a Daily Mail article that I think must have been published in autumn 2020, or maybe it had been reshared online. So we found out 9 months after he got ill through reading the comments on a Mail Online article, I think it was.
And when you learnt about Pans Pandas UK, how did it feel to know that you weren't alone anymore?
It felt like we were saved, really, finding that this condition existed, and then finding that the Pans Pandas UK existed, and that there was a community of people that had been through what we'd been through, and were going through what we'd been through, we're going through, and that there was a charity, and that there were people that we could reach out to, and there were people's stories that we could read and listen and learn from. It was, in summary, it was just an overwhelming sense of relief, huge relief to have found that there was a condition and a charity and a community that understood what was happening and would be able to help. It was absolutely the biggest breakthrough that you can imagine.
If you had heard about Pandas UK earlier, what difference do you think it might have made to your family's journey?
So I'm absolutely convinced that had we have known about it before he changed and got so ill, or very early in that journey, that the nearly 6 years of his childhood that he subsequently lost didn't have to happen. I think there's a chance he could have got largely better within weeks and months, rather than 5 to 6 years before we've started to see any improvements.
What additional services and support would you like Pans Pandas UK to be able to offer?
So in terms of additional services and support from Pans Pandas UK, I think all of the key things are being covered. The most important thing is the awareness, the education, the training, the relentless effort to try to get this condition better recognised and get some clinical guidelines in place. I think the only additional thing that would help the community is the ability and the personnel and the funding to be able to directly support more families. I think, perhaps having somebody to reach out to and talk to and, get their take on it, people that have been through it or people that are trained to support, I think would be a fantastic resource. If we could move towards that, I think it would help the community immeasurably.
Why should people donate to the Big Give Christmas Challenge in support of Pans Pandas UK?
So I think it's so important to support the campaign. It's such a landmark campaign for the charity across the year. So every penny that goes to it will help, and every single person that's influenced and becomes aware will have the potential to change a child's life for many years, which is priceless, really.